They all talking about, you know what I'm saying? Dissing ops, doing this, doing that. Chicago, dissing ops, doing that. And it's like, the more disrespectful and the more crazy it is, it seems like we're telling the kids, like, this is how you get attention. This is how you get a record deal. So I see how this can force, young kids to be like, you know what? Let me go join the hood so I can get some credibility so I can get a fucking record deal.
1000%. But it's weird because if you look at back in the day in LA, there's certain groups like the Far Side, the Alcoholics. There's groups that had, gold plaques and were huge touring acts, top 10 Billboard charting singles and all that are from Los Angeles and had no.
But they still had backing from street niggas,
Yeah,
so
that's what
they
I was
were
gonna
all
say.
there.
What about like a Death Row?
Well, yeah, but look at every artist that was signed to Death Row.
They were all affiliated.
Yeah, but they all fit that image too. There wasn't any artists on Death Row that weren't.
It's not too many people. Our Future is the anomaly where it's like, okay, they're from LA, but they don't have no type of connection. And you feel me? That's rare.
And I feel like
our Future is probably like the only people who wasn't doing it. But like I said, if you think about Death Row, everybody that was a part of Death Row was affiliated with some hood somewhere on the West Coast.
But even if you didn't gangbang, you were with Death Row, you was with the niggas.
Exactly.
And they pretty much like name a single rapper that was a part of Death Row that wasn't talking about gangbanging to some extent. The only one I can think of was the R&B dude, Denny Boy.
Yeah.
He's like the only one. Every single other person.
Michelet.
Yeah, Michelet, like the R&B singers. Like,
she got a baby with Suge and
that's
a baby with Dre.
And was fucking Pac too, right? But look at like all the rappers from the Dog Pound to RBX to, I guess Lady of Rage wasn't, but she's not even from LA. She's from Virginia.
She was still pushing that line.
And she was still kind of pushing that line. And she's raw as fuck, by the way.
Super.
One of the dopest female rappers ever.
Maybe it was more discreet then, but it definitely existed.
No, if a show existed, but my point was there is a time in LA where you didn't have to have, like the Far Side didn't have gang affiliations to any degree.
When that might have disappeared, could have been like during the jerking era, maybe.
I mean, yeah.
Because it kind of like, it seemed like the gang banging and music kind of stopped and then it came back at a certain point.
Yeah, but the jerking era was like more local success. Other than a few records, it didn't go crazy mainstream for long.
R.I.P.
The artists
for sure.
The artists who became mainstream and successful from the jerking era then.
And R.I.P. Third.
Yep, for real. Well, that's the thing. The jerking era is kind of interesting because with the like after the early 2000s, after like the fall of Death Row, late 90s, there was really no mainstream successful rapper other than The Game